Well, traditionally, the owners and executives of large media companies have, if nothing else, been concise about what they and their companies do. These people are in the communications business. Being ambiguous about anything would not be a good look. But this doesn't apply to Mark Zuckerberg, the founder and CEO of Meta, the parent company of Facebook. Last week, Zuckerberg told podcaster Joe Rogan that, quote, "The FBI came to us, some folks on our team, and was like, hey, just so you know, you should be on high alert. We thought there was a lot of Russian propaganda in the 2016 election. We have it on notice that basically there's about to be some kind of dump that's similar to that," unquote. Well, if it looks like Hunter Biden's laptop, sounds like Hunter Biden's laptop, and smells like Hunter Biden's laptop, then it probably is Hunter Biden's laptop. But not to Mark Zuckerberg, or the FBI for that matter, to whom it's just another trivial anecdote from an otherwise inconsequential presidential election. Just some kind of dump, nothing to see here. In a posting on rival social media platform Twitter, the Facebook parent company said, quote, "The FBI shared general warnings about foreign interference, nothing specific about Hunter Biden," unquote. And the FBI itself said it sent social media groups, quote, "foreign threat indicators" to help protect their platforms and customers from abuse by foreign malign influence actors, unquote. Oh, right. So they worded it in a way that made it sound like they were worried about people being influenced by Russian propaganda, and the fact that they wound up protecting one of the most corrupt families in American presidential history, hiding evidence of their collusion with foreign adversaries while their patriarch Joe Biden was running for president, that was just an accident. How bad is this, and could something like this ever happen in Australia? Let's bring in Alexandra Marshall of the Spectator Australia to find out. Alexandra, welcome back to the show.
It's a pleasure to be here as always.
Alexandra, first, what on earth was Mark Zuckerberg thinking when he made that revelation to Joe Rogan?
Well, this is a symptom of a problem with social media, and that is that once the governments got involved in it, they realised it was a powerful tool, not just for marketing and for selling things to consumers, which is what it was starting with before, but to tilt the future of an election cycle. So what we have is in the last presidential election, it is more than likely that Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok, or a combination of all of the above, have actually changed the direction of the US presidential election, either on purpose or via their little shadowy algorithm manipulations. So when they're not outright banning stories, they are suppressing. Mark said, oh, he wasn't as bad as Twitter because Twitter banned the laptop story. He only suppressed the story. Well, I'm sorry, suppressing a news item is not supposed to be within the ability of a social media company because they are platforms, not publishers. But before we talk about how dangerous what they have done is, there's this idea that is taken for granted, particularly in mainstream media, that social media is interested in truth and that it has some kind of responsibility to upkeep truth, which is ridiculous. It started primarily as a platform. It's social media. It's for people to talk with each other, discuss all manner of random things, post total rubbish, mostly cat memes and porn, if we're really honest. It has no interest in the truth. So when it started showing a particular interest in editing and controlling the facts of the narrative and the news cycle, it has become something else. And if it is going to be a de facto news cycle and decide what is and isn't to be discussed in society, well, then we have to sit down and have a chat about its platform legislation and whether or not it has overstepped its original intention.